Hello to those of you watching on YouTube. Welcome to Hashtag Enough Plays to End Gun Violence. My name is Jay.
And my name is Jackie.
And we are teaching artists at the Rose Theater in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, Hashtag Enough is a nationwide playwriting contest that calls on teens to confront gun violence by creating new works of theater that will spark critical conversation and incite meaningful action. The plays you're about to see were written by teens with those goals in mind.
Critical conversation. That's a key part of the mission, critical conversation. We want to give space for this tonight. You may not agree with everything you hear tonight. You may be provoked by some of what you hear tonight, and that's part of the goal, to evoke and provoke and ignite conversation, and differing opinions are welcome. We ask you to follow the group agreements our teens created with us. First, to share from your personal perspective, I feel when this was said in the play. Second, to disagree with the idea, not the person, using I think about this idea instead of I think about these people. Third, when at all possible, to back up opinions with evidence and to be open to hearing the personal experience and evidence of others. We are open to differing ideas. We embrace conversation, but we will not abide any forms of bullying or harassment of our playwrights or actors.
Meaningful action. Another key part of the mission. We're going to provide you with information to reflect on and take action throughout our show tonight. These plays are going to push you to think, to question, to feel, and perhaps in big ways, we hope provoke big action. Each play that you see tonight was written by a teen and is now being performed live by teens across the country. The Rose's Teens and Theater program is hosting just one of 52 productions across the country happening right now tonight. We're going to be providing content warnings before each of our shows, along with a synopsis of each play and an approximate runtime. So those of you at home can kind of be in charge of what you're interested in viewing tonight, just for the sake of everyone's safety. There will be slides that appear on screen at the end of each show and as a transition, just so you know, and so that you know about when you can come back to us. Another thing to note is that because we're doing the lovely thing known as live theater, we're streaming to live right now. Technical difficulties are kind of the name of the game. And so rest assured, no matter what, the show must and will go on.
Join us back here no matter what happens. And speaking of the unexpected, we've had a young person who was unable to join us last minute tonight. So you're going to see our two faces hopping in a couple places where a young person would usually be. We do recommend this festival for people over the age of 13 or those ready for more mature content, as these plays contain material about violence, racism, sexism, classism, and strong language. We've included a PDF of the scripts in the YouTube description should you wish to look ahead or should you need it for access reasons. We can also provide a captioned version of this event later this week. Thank you for joining us for Hashtag Enough.
Thank you.
More than 200 Americans are shot and wounded every day.
100 more Americans are killed every day with guns.
8 of those killed every day are children and teens.
Earlier this year, Hashtag Enough called on teen writers to channel their fear and frustration,
their anxiety and anger, and yes, their hope,
into 10-minute plays that tackles the issue of gun violence.
And this is what they had to say.
Loaded Language by Elizabeth Shannon. When a rumor about a school shooter begins to circulate, Kirsa and her friends must abide by what they must do to take care of their classmates before it is too late. Please be advised that Loaded Language contains mentions of violence and strong language. Runtime will be approximately 10 minutes. Loaded Language by Elizabeth Shannon. A blank stage, except for Kirsa, Amira, JJ, Logan, and Will, who are sitting and standing. Lights rise on each character when they speak their first line.
Before last year, my school basically let anyone in the front door. I mean, they still do, but they installed these security doors recently, so someone entering has to go through the front office before entering the rest of the school.
We all thought it was stupid. It made getting to class much harder.
And it wasn't like they were going to stop anyone.
Our school has a lot of doors. Doors by the theater, doors by the gym. Some kids prop them open so they can sneak out and come back later.
And a shooter could enter from any number of those doors, totally undetected.
And even if it happens, the security door,
didn't stop them from going immediately into the hallway. They could just shoot the people in front of the office and then walk through.
The doors are pointless.
Not to mention, a lot of times, school shooters are students. They just walk in with everyone else at the beginning of the day. No questions asked.
It'd be so easy. I mean, don't call the cops. I'm not a shooter, but I could think of like a million ways to sneak a weapon in.
My teacher told me a story about this one kid who made a threat. The police and principal showed up in my teacher's classroom in bulletproof vests, first block to take him out of school.
We don't have lunch periods here. We just have 1 hour of free time.
And there isn't enough space in the cafeteria, so people basically eat wherever.
It's kind of gross, actually.
My friends sit at the front of the school, but I never stay too long. The reason why is simple. If a shooter was going to come in and lunch would be the perfect time to, we'd be the first ones dead.
I pick what classes I partly take based on the rooms where they are located.
The choir room is connected to the stage. I take a lot of choir classes because if someone comes in, there are a million places I could hide. I know them all. There's the catwalk, the dressing rooms, the backstage bathrooms that no one knows about, and these giant prop and costume rooms with big steel doors.
The choir room even has its own exit out of the building, right near the parking lot where I park my car.
You have the best chance of survival in that room.
So I'm in it as much as possible.
One day, my dad was driving me to school. He was listening to a report about a school shooting that had happened the day before. Why didn't he turn it off? I was sitting there on my way to school.
My mom told me once how she worries every time she drops me off. What if she doesn't see me again? Then she told me that she realizes that her worrying probably doesn't even compare to how I feel walking into school every day. She was right.
Say goodbye to my parents, and it crosses my mind that, I might not ever see them again. I just shove that thought away.
I plan what my last text will say in case something happens.
I was a 4th grader when Sandy Hook happened. That could have been me.
I was a freshman when Parkland happened. A lot of kids killed there were my age.
That could have been me.
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 Scene 2, a sudden shift. Bright lights reminiscent of the fluorescent school lighting rise in a school classroom a few minutes before class lets out. JJ, Kirsa, and Amir are standing in a group talking, though Kirsa is looking at her phone, not really paying attention. Will and Logan are talking close by.
So on Saturday, I'm going to the movies, and then I have work on Sunday.
Oh, dang. I was going to ask if we could hang out.
Could we on Monday?
Light shift to Logan and Will. JJ and Amir continue to speak, but more quietly. These two conversations are going on at the same time. You hear that Chad and Ella broke up?
Monday, I have swim.
No way.
Yeah, apparently Chad is like super mad at Ella.
Well, I'm busy on Tuesday.
Why?
I don't know, but if I were Ella, I wouldn't have messed with Chad. He has like anger issues or something, right? I bet he's going to shoot this place up.
Wednesday, I'm free then.
Let me check.
No way.
I think so. And his dad keeps guns in their house. I went over once and Chad showed them to me and he would totally do it. He and Ella, they have the same 4th block. So my money is on him doing it then.
Yeah, I think Wednesday works.
Oh, no way. That's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you hear them?
Who?
Logan and Will.
No, what did they say?
Something about, Chad.
And Ella, they broke up.
No, he was talking about Chad shooting this place up.
Oh.
What?
Are you sure that's what he said? That doesn't seem like Chad.
Well, I overheard it, and they weren't talking super loud. I mean, I really just heard shooting. I could have misunderstood.
It's probably just that. Or they were joking around. Logan. He's a jerk.
Yeah.
Are you going to the game on Friday?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
You should ask Carlos to go with you.
Oh my God, he would never say yes.
Should we tell Miss Albie
Tell her what?
what I heard?
I mean, if you think you heard it correctly.
Did you hear it correctly? You're kind of freaking me out.
Are you okay, Kirsa? You look kinda...
What if Chad is planning that? What if he has a gun? I have to cross the main hallway to get to my next class. He could be there.
I'm sure he won't be.
Here, how about we tell Albie, just like you said, so you have some good peace of mind. I'm sure it's nothing, but you don't look too good.
Yeah, look, Albie is right over there. Let's go, okay?
I don't want to.
Okay, I'll go. She might ask to talk to you, though.
Just tell her.
I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll wait here.
Thanks, Amira.
No problem.
Mira exits. JJ and Kirsa sit together, Kirsa wringing her hands. After a moment,
You really think you heard that?
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure everything will be okay. That stuff doesn't happen here.
Not yet.
You know Logan and Will, they always say stupid stuff. Don't get me wrong, I believe you. I'm just trying to...
Yeah. Thanks.
JJ eyes Logan and Will warily. Amira enters from the same place she exited, crossing to JJ and Kirsa.
Told her.
And?
She's calling admin. Well, what did you expect?
I don't know. I mean, I figured she called, but still.
And she said she's going to talk to Logan and Will.
What if I heard wrong? Oh, God. Logan is going to know it was me. He's going to tell everyone I'm a pussy. Shit.
Hey, better safe than sorry, right?
Are you okay, Kirsa?
It was just my anxiety. You know, being trapped in a room with no doors and hearing that, not super great.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, I feel the same way.
Like a panic attack?
I guess, yeah.
Kirsa, JJ, and Amira glance at Logan and Will and then turn into a small huddle-like group. Lights fade on Will and Logan.
You think they'll be pulled out of class?
Maybe, probably in fourth period.
I mean, there's only 2 minutes left of class. You know, the bells are automatic and admin won't make an announcement.
Yeah, the intercoms don't even work. You can't hear them from half the classrooms anyway. The school is seriously a piece of work.
Yeah.
Lights rise back on Logan and Will. Who snitched?
For real, why can't anyone take a joke?
They don't know it's you.
They could have seen you talking with Albie.
Who cares? They won't get in trouble. Anyways, everything's good. Just go to fourth block and try to forget about it, okay?
It didn't happen. We're fine.
Exactly. We're fine, nothing happened, and it's not going to.
Not today, at least.
Kirsa takes a deep breath and wrings her hands. Amira and JJ pat her on the shoulder, give her a hug, lean on her, etc. The bell rings and Amira, JJ, and Kirsa walk out. Kirsa still slightly shaky. Scene 3, a gradual shift, not as sudden as the previous scene change. Lights back on the chorus setting we saw in the first scene.
We all think it. No one ever thinks that won't happen.
Teachers have closed-door discussions with us about it.
Sometimes you'll hear it in class. You'll hear
Pop.
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 Up.
From down the hall.
The entire class freezes.
We all look at each other and we have this moment of
Happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
it's happening.
and it'll just be a balloon or a science class doing an experiment or something, but...
You feel it in your chest. The fear that your life is going to end.
The teacher told me once I don't have to worry about my school getting shot up. Her reasoning, I go to an inner city school. Most of the schools with shooters are rich, predominantly white schools, so I'll be fine. But the kids at rich schools, they might not be.
When I was a freshman, one of my best friends in a neighboring school told me someone was planning on shooting up his school at 1 o'clock. The school knew about the threat, but all the kids were still there. I made my friend text me every 5 minutes that he was safe.
My friends will text me, "Don't go to school tomorrow. A kid said that he's going to bring a gun."
Every high school in my county, hell, probably my state, has had a shooter threat, and most have had more than one.
And it's not even just schools, it's concerts.
Movies.
Festivals.
Farmers market.
And I don't even have to worry about being killed by a police officer while walking down the street.
I could be killed for jogging in my neighborhood.
Or walking my dog after dark. This isn't a hypothetical.
End of play.
Malcolm by Debkanya Mitra. 4 individuals tell the story of Malcolm, a Black folk musician whose quest through the eastern seaboard to find himself was violently interrupted, painting an evocative picture of the connection shared among strangers through a single life. Please be advised that this play contains content about police brutality and racism. Runtime will be approximately 5 minutes. Malcolm by Debkanya Mitra. Sister, bandmate, college friend, and driver enter.
He said his name was Malcolm. Like I said, Malcolm X, he said he didn't believe in violence.
He had a soulful voice. Played a mean guitar too. We played in a diner in Atlanta, and the guy who owned it called him a couple different slurs. They almost fought, but I held him back, said, "He deserves a punch, but don't do it." The next day, he said he needed to go home.
Where home? I asked. He said it's a Pony Falls.
Most people don't take hitchhikers anymore. They're worried. I'm not. I picked him up down in Atlanta, and I dropped him off in Saponi Falls.
We grew up there, Maryland, a suburb of D.C. Nothing big ever happened at Saponi Falls. People there are liberal. I think it could be one of the most liberal places in the U.S. outside California. Everyone was surprised when they heard the news. Everyone trusted the police. It wasn't supposed to happen to him. It wasn't supposed to happen here. But there's a video and you can see it and you can hear each word the police said and you can hear my brother's loud breath trying to cling to life.
I told him not to leave Atlanta, but he had to go. He had something to tell his sister.
He texted me telling me that he had something important to say. He kept saying sorry. Sorry, 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 he said. I should have told you earlier, but I didn't. I was excited that he was coming home. He hadn't been back for a while. We all thought that he was mad at us or something, but he's not like that. He's quiet, observant.
Into perspective.
He's not the kind of guy that complains or gets angry, ever. He just notices things. When we were younger, he noticed things that I had missed. Once we were driving past a Black Lives Matter protest in the neighborhood, and he told me, "Isn't it ironic? There isn't a single Black person here." It must have been hard for him to grow up in Saponi Falls. Our parents adopted him. I don't know the details. Malcolm never asked.
He was dead set on learning more about his biological parents when I met him in college. I was studying African American studies with a minor in stats. He was studying classical music.
I asked him why he wanted to do folk, and he shrugged.
And after that, he was silent. He was silent through the Carolinas and through Virginia, but somehow we understood each other.
I didn't ask him anymore. I get it. There's something about music that makes the pain of a dead-end job, a dead-end life, just melt away.
Well, we did it. We went through databases of internet records and book phones. We found them. He was born in Brooklyn. His father died in jail. His mother died having him. When we left college, he went to Brooklyn. I went to law school and became a civil rights lawyer.
It wasn't supposed to happen here. It wasn't supposed to happen to him.
Malcolm's case is the most important and most personal one I ever worked on. It kept me all night. Brooklyn taught him that his great-grandparents were sharecroppers on Georgia's plantation. He said he had to go.
I couldn't understand why he kept moving, but he said he was fine. He said that he'd tell me, and he sent me postcards from Atlanta. It's a big city. He said that there were a lot of opportunities, teaching guitar and with his band.
I wonder what he saw in Georgia. We drifted apart.
Somehow he drifted away from all of us and into the music instead.
We played at clubs and weddings and birthday parties, played at parks and restaurants. We played at a diner, and he realized he was done.
I think he finally found his anger.
He was deflated.
He was tired when he stepped into my car. He carried a guitar case.
I asked him if he was going to come back to Atlanta, but he was quiet.
I don't like how quiet he gets sometimes, like he's celebrating his own funeral. I don't know very much about Saponi, but there was a paragraph on one of the textbooks. Their language incorporates the words of African origin because Saponi were one of the tribes that were known for sheltering running slaves and sometimes swimming across an ocean oppression where justice seems to be in where shackles. I wonder why.
He never came home.
I've got some words for the officer who murdered my bandmate.
We held a vigil and people came from everywhere.
To the man who murdered my bandmate, you took away my friend. You took away a man that heals other men with music. You took away his life because of your hatred.
We had gotten into the city. Saponi Falls, and night had fallen. I stopped at the gas station near the park. He thanked me and left into the night. When I came back from the gas station, before getting into my car, I saw him walking in the park, whistling. He looked happy and calm, peaceful. Suddenly there was a fury of activity. Things moved so fast. An officer walked past and I pulled out my camera. The details are fuzzy, but you can see it, hear it.
You can see the way the officer violates Malcolm's body.
You can hear Malcolm's loud heart.
The officer pinned him down onto the concrete footpath of the park, and a shot rang out.
End of play. Mrs. Martin's Malaise by Adelaide Fisher. Mrs. Martin is an ordinary high school teacher trying to deal with the everyday stress and worrying what-ifs of 21st century teaching. But when her worst fears come true and she's forced to make a difficult decision and an even more difficult confrontation, what will she do? And how will she move forward from it? Please be advised, this play contains mention of violence and school shootings. Runtime will be approximately 15 minutes. Mrs. Martin's Malaise by Adelaide Fisher.
Miss Martin's Malaise by Adelaide Fisher. Miss Martin, a younger high school English teacher. Maria, high school student, leader in student government. Oscar, high school student, cares a lot about his family. Fate number 1. Fate number 2. Fate number 3. Miss Martin is on cafeteria monitoring duty, drinking an iced coffee. The fate's behind her. Off to the side, Maria has a balloon popping fundraiser set up.
Are there too many kids in here?
Recommended headlines. Survey found that 8% of public schools have enrolled that exceeds their permanent capacity by 2%.
I feel like there's way too many kids in here.
Miss Martin starts trying to count the amount of kids in the cafeteria.
Actually, I think that there's less kids in here than usual.
Recommended article. Skipping school, timeout adds up.
Remember all of those missing assignments we've been putting in lately?
No, there's definitely more. Do you feel how hot it is in here? Is the air conditioner broken?
Continue reading. New research qualifies the impact of extreme heat on learning.
What would we do if something happened with this many kids in here? How would they all get out?
Oh, they wouldn't.
Hey, Maria, what's all this?
Fundraiser for student government. It's $1 to pop a balloon and you could win a prize. Want to try?
Sure.
He hands her $1 and she pops one of the balloons.
Oh my God, it's literally happening right now. Everyone needs to evacuate. Okay, let's go.
That was a balloon popping, idiot. How would you even get everyone's attention?
The bell rings.
Hi, Oscar.
Hi, Miss Martin. See you fourth period.
Oh, hang on a minute. I noticed you haven't been turning in the reading questions on the Odyssey the past couple weeks. Is there any reason why?
I was going to get caught up this weekend, but I was busy.
Oh, okay. Well, if anything's going on, you know you can tell me. Just try to get caught up. We have discussion this Friday, and usually have really good input.
The minute bell rings.
If anything is going on, you know you can tell me. I'm sorry, I can't believe we're really talking like that.
The Odyssey. I love that book.
You would.
I hope they're enjoying it. That was way too close back there.
That was quite literally nothing. Why are you so tense all the time?
I'm not tense. And at least I had a plan. What were you going to do?
Oh yeah, great plan. Ooh, oh no, everyone get out. I know what to do. We've had how many lockdown drills this year?
Recommended article, lockdown drills. An American cork out of control.
We've never done one in the cafeteria.
That's because they're completely pointless.
Continue watching. Tonight, we go inside of a company that profits of realistic staging shooter drills.
No, they're not.
A small part of $2.7 billion school security industry.
They prepare students for the worst.
Maybe, but at what cost?
Message from Sarah. This is what I've been trying to tell you, Francis, for ages. I saw you jumping in the cafeteria, by the way. LOL. Link. Experts worry active shooter drills in schools could be dramatic for students.
See? Look at you. You're a constant wreck. For what?
I just like to be prepared.
For the inevitable, you mean?
No, it's not like that. Don't say that. Why do you have to be such a pessimist all the time?
I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist.
Recommending reading. Pessimists are 35% more likely to suffer from a heart attack or strokes than optimistic, according to a recent meta-analysis from data.
See, all of your negativity is killing you.
You're not an optimist either.
Yes, I am.
Oh, then why do you worry about everything all the time?
All of a sudden, Maria burst into the classroom.
Miss Martin, I need to tell you something.
What is it, Maria?
Do you promise you'll believe me?
Of course. What's going on?
Well, you see, last period I was in art class with Oscar, and
Spit it out already.
He has a gun with him in his backpack. I saw it, Miss Martin. And I know you have him next period, and I thought that I would come to you and...
Thank you for telling me, Maria. Go back to class for right now, please. I promise I'll take care of this immediately.
We don't have to tell anyone.
We should just confront him.
He's such a good kid.
Well, we have to do something.
What am I saying? We can't get in trouble for this.
What do we do? You're supposed to be the one who's ready for this.
And people like your comment. When I think about dealing with a school shooting, the word unprepared comes to mind.
Oh my God. Couldn't we just email him saying we were going to have a parent conference if he didn't get caught up on the reading? What if we pissed him off?
This is not about us. Stop being so self-centered and focus. What do we do?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Why is this happening?
The bell rings.
A message from Cody. Quote of the day. Thinking will not overcome fear, but action will. W. Clem Stone.
Miss Martin picks up her walkie-talkie and moves back into the courtyard, the Fates following her.
Hi, Miss Martin. Everything okay?
Grab him!
No!
Blackout. Lights up on a similar desk to Miss Martin's, differing only in the fact that it belongs to the principal. Oscar is sitting on one side of it, and Miss Martin is taking a seat on the other. The Fates are already in place behind Miss Martin.
Miss Francis said you were begging to talk to me before your parents got here. Why?
Because I like your class, and I probably won't be coming back to it, and I like you. I didn't want to leave with you thinking I was some troubled, burnout school shooter.
Isn't that exactly what he is?
I want you to know the truth.
Is this going to get us in trouble?
You did tell the truth to Miss Francis, right?
Yes, and the police, and soon my parents, which defeats the whole purpose of...
What is he rambling about?
Oscar, just start at the beginning. I'm listening, okay?
Okay. I guess, well, I'm not blaming him, but this is really all because of my brother.
Your brother? I don't follow.
Why do you think he did it?
I don't know.
I bet he was getting bullied.
Recommended from Headlines. A new study shows about 20% of students aged from 12 to 18 have experienced bullying.
Or on drugs.
I said I don't know. Please shut up.
Jesus, okay. Stop taking everything so seriously.
Can you explain a bit more? Please.
My brother hangs out with the wrong crowd here. Sometimes him and his best friend get into big fights. I knew they were arguing recently, and I heard my brother say to his other friend that he was finally going to do something big, finally shut him up. And sometimes when my brother's mad, he does things he wouldn't normally do. He gets himself in trouble, but he's not a bad person. Usually he can be really nice. And I walked in on him in my parents' room. He was holding my dad's gun, and he jumped when I asked him what he was doing. And I just got really scared of what he was going to do. So I decided to hide it. And I was pretty sure he wasn't going to go in my backpack. So I put it in there. And I was so anxious the whole weekend that he was going to ask me where it went that I forgot to do the reading. But the next day it was Monday morning, and I was late and in a rush, and I forgot to take it out. And then when I got to school and saw it there, I freaked out. And then
Oscar, why didn't you tell someone what was going on?
Someone? I think you mean me. And do you know why?
I was scared, and I was worried that you might be mad at me for not doing my work and you wouldn't listen to me, and I didn't want my brother to get in trouble. I want him to be able to graduate and get a job and turn his life around.
Sarah had his brother last year, didn't she? What did she call him? A piece of work?
Poor kid. What about him?
If we knew about his brother, how did we not know about this?
2 missed calls from mom. Message from mom. I just got your voicemail. Are you okay?
How would we have known?
It's sweet that you care so much about your brother, Oscar. What about you? You're so smart.
I know, okay? I'm sorry. I get it. I let everyone down. You all thought I was different from him. The police tried to take this as evidence, but I didn't want to steal it from you, and they decided it wasn't actually important. I guess it's no marked up Catcher in the Rye.
Miss Martin picks up the book.
The Odyssey.
Sorry I never got to finish it. I actually really like it.
Keep it. I still want to hear your insights someday.
My parents must be here.
That's it. Huh? Truly moving performance, especially considering you ruined his life.
Don't let this define you, Oscar.
Miss Martin is working at her desk. The Faiths are sitting off to the side, a bit more distant from Miss Martin than before, but still present.
Come in.
Hi, Miss Martin.
Hi, Maria. What happened
to Oscar?
Maria, I can't.
I know. And I can guess what happened. I just feel really bad. Oscar is a really nice person, Miss Martin. He wouldn't do, what he did without a good reason. I kind of feel like I snitched on him.
Oh, just like we did.
I know what you mean. Actually, I could use your help.
With what?
I want to start some kind of program in honor of Oscar to make schools safer and more friendly. I was hoping you might want to help me.
That sounds amazing. What do you have in mind?
Why
does she still want to talk to us? We don't have any good ideas.
If we even had a good idea, I'm pretty sure this school is way too underfunded. Where would we even get the money?
Message from unknown number confirming therapy appointment with Dr. Dave on Wednesday, the 26th of August.
Actually, I'd like to hear your ideas. I have a feeling you know what needs to change around here better than I do.
Then why don't we get started?
End of play.
TOGETHA by Lyons. Imani, Ayana, Cheyenne, and Aaliyah have just graduated high school and are celebrating a party in their honor, and their evening of entertainment has taken a tragic turn. The recording of this play comes to us from the Alliance Theater in Atlanta. Please be advised this play contains realistic depictions of violence, death, sudden loud noises, and strong language. Runtime will be approximately 8 minutes.
Don't nobody care. What you want to wear? Just don't be a hoe.
Shay, don't be mean. What's going on?
So basically, Aaliyah was like, I'm wondering what I should take to school. I gotta find a man, you know. And Shay said, it don't matter, she ugly anyway. And then Aaliyah was like, be serious. I don't want to look like a hoe. And then Shay told her not to be a hoe.
I really don't know why Shay is so mean to me. Like, I try to be nice and sweet or whatever, and all she do is bully me.
She loves you, Leah. She's just naturally mean.
What you mean I bully you? Girl, this ain't bullying. If you want me to, I will. I'm just confused why you're clowning me. Y'all hear something? Bro, for real, get off my ass. Ain't nobody on your ass, Olivia. Not being...
Whoa, there's no need for all that.
She's just with you, Leah. You know that.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know why she bullied me so much today. Like, damn, girl, let me breathe. Gotta give you some remember before we leave.
It's weird, Aunt. We graduated today, and I still feel the same.
Yeah, aren't we supposed to feel like grown?
I don't feel grown at all.
It's been 8 years already? Yeah, we've been friends for about 8 years now.
Hey, Yana, you remember when Chris, little ugly, had a crush on you?
Y'all, stop laughing. It ain't funny. He was obsessed with me.
Please, Ayana, give me a chance. I love you. Please. Please.
Y'all, stop.
Love you.
Ayana's embarrassed.
Okay, Miss, I'm gonna marry Coach Johnson.
Ow.
Don't do it, girl. Party. I'm gonna go get some water. Give me a plate.
Thanks, Pete.
You good?
It's crazy to think that it's been 8 years already. I feel like just yesterday we was in Miss Walker's class.
That bra was crazy as a... I swear to God.
She was old as too. We was talking about Miss Walker.
Oh, bro. 4th grade was wild.
Yes, but it was good, you know?
Y'all hear what happened with Marcus and his girl?
Nah, what happened? Didn't he, like, beat on her or something?
Yeah, her brother came home to him hitting on her.
Damn, bro, that's up.
I just saw Unc talking to him about how to treat a woman. He looks so miserable.
Y'all, I ain't trying to front, but I'm hella scared.
What you scared of?
Of college and growing up. Like, just yesterday, we was in 4th grade. It was the first time. And then we had our graduation party. Like, we didn't have enough time to figure it out.
I get that, sis, but that type of mindset is going to get you caught up. Don't think of it as the end of high school. Think of it as the beginning of something new, of adulthood.
But I don't know what comes with it. That's what I'm saying. I haven't had time to figure out what adulthood is yet.
Girl, we got plenty of time. We'll figure it out together. Promise.
Thanks, y'all. I didn't even think this is that moment.
Girl, you good. Honestly, you should be excited about going to college.
What you mean?
You can finally get away from that other boyfriend you got.
Ha ha. You know he ain't my boyfriend. We just talking.
You see how she ain't said he wasn't ugly?
Leave him alone. He ain't ugly.
He ain't cute either.
Whatever. Y'all just hard to please.
You just like ugly.
But I'm low-key excited under all of this.
Honestly, same. Like, I'm excited to not be in this neighborhood no more. I will always love this place, but it don't give us no options.
You're right. I mean, I wouldn't say it don't give us no options. We just don't have enough opportunities. We got plenty of time to think about the future. Let's just enjoy this, all right?
You right? Where's she going? Yo, y'all remember when Maisie made us learn that dance with us?
Yeah, she thought Prince was gonna marry her. We used to fight over him all the time.
Y'all was sleeping on my man Prodigy. So y'all just gonna act like Rock wasn't the finest one in the group?
Y'all hoes blind, for real.
Ma'am, you can keep Miss Rayward, okay?
Y'all, he don't look like a girl. Y'all blind.
Yeah, we're here for you whenever you're ready.
Haha, thanks.
Who's that?
I don't know. One of y'all recognize that car?
No.
It's fine. They're probably just driving by. Relax. It's just a car.
I'm just trying to see who's in there, Shay. Well, can you? Nah, not yet. Wait!
Are y'all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Who the was that?
I don't know. Whoa. What the? That bitch shot her, Monty.
What? No, stop playing. Shay, get up. This ain't funny. Get up, Shay. Shay, stop playing.
Holy. Leah, where was she shot? Holy.
Oh my God. We need to get somebody. Okay.
I'm finna call somebody for help.
It's okay. She's gonna get you help. You'll be alright. I promise. You'll be alright again. You're okay, Shay. You're gonna get to the hospital. You're gonna be okay. Alright?
Yana, I'm sorry. I should've. I didn't say. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, you didn't know.
Hello? I'm at 4535 Bradbury Drive, and my friend just got shot. No, ma'am. We're having a graduation party, and somebody just rode up here and shot her. Yes, ma'am. 15 minutes? Okay. Please hurry.
It's okay, Shay. You're alright. I promise. You're good. You're safe.
Hullabaloo by Sarah Schecter. In this reimagining of Buffalo Bill's storytelling and Barnum's grandeur, a ringleader explores the fusion of American myth and gun culture through 4 acts of an incredible spectacle and a show gone terribly wrong. Please be advised that Hullabaloo contains mention of systemic violence and depicts mimed actions of violence. Runtime will be approximately 10 minutes. Hullabaloo by Sarah Schecter.
She fit the battle of Jericho.
While the audience gets seated, a collage of firearms is projected to fill the curtain, almost glowing. Lights come on and Hunter enters. He taps the curtain with his cane and the gun protection goes away.
Damn it. That's always supposed to happen the other way around. Well, hello, welcome out there to Omaha this evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hunter, also known as The Hunter, also known as Hunter Hank, and I'm your ringmaster, your leader, your uncle, your guide, and your gent for this here traveling show. I'm so glad you put down your dime to see Hunter's Great Hullabaloo, the greatest show not just in the world, but in all of history. I'm the wordsmith and the ringleader for the brilliant acts that you'll be seeing tonight. I'll show you the stories of this land you're sitting on and the beast that earned it and what exactly made it so great. Now, while the acts are getting ready, you enjoy your peanuts and popcorn. I got a riddle for y'all. Got to guess who I'm talking about? And whoever can put a name to the individual I'm talking about will get a surprise. I'm American, like white crosses, red blood, blue lives. I put the buckshot in your beef, the ball in your brain. Who was it that hushed the riot, shot Lincoln, the king, and Kennedy's too? It was me, spreading like a fire on your prairie. Manifest destiny. Fathered by Saxons and mothered by Angles, raised by colonies, devours of pheasant, pig, and partridge, boars and bobcats, hippos and lions too. Oh my. Conquered King Phil, but rebuked by Pontiac. I beat steel, germs beat me. I'm faithfully at the side of Daniel Boone and Jesse James. America fell in love with my voice years ago. Built to kill, but fun for toys. 6-shooters, powder caps, I dance on screens. Johnny Appleseed, my well-planted bullets, because I am everywhere. Maybe I won't be in the news for a while, but I'll be around. Stand my ground. Held by panthers or knights, you can try and coerce me with fire or water or brute force, but my favorite amendment lets me do anything I want. I'm well-oiled, ready to go, heavy with powder, the big iron on your hips, semi-automatic and rapid fire, double barrel, always loaded. What's my name? Gatling, Smith, Wesson, Remington, Coke, Heckler, Colt, Beretta? Call me the devil, I'm just metal and wood. Who am I talking about? Me, I'm talking about me, Hunter Hank. Uncle Sam, Brother Jonathan, I'm everybody. Anybody get it? Nobody got it. That's okay. Sit tight for the grandest show in history. All for you.
The boys enter, dressed in colonial settler clothing.
Act 1.
Juggling and dances, colonial time.
I now present the juggling Jamestown boys.
Hunter hits the curtain with his cane. Homer and Mel begin to do a dance in a classical colonial style to the music.
Muskets, pistols, long knives, bayonets, tomahawks, axes, swords, sables, pole arms, and cannons, shot molds, tinder lighters, and cartridge boxes too. Taking it back to the beginning, we had tools to get us what we wanted all the way back when we first got here. Among other things, guns really helped us expand, especially at first.
As he speaks, the blood map appears on the curtain. Red splotches like blood, spread across the map Jamestown to the 13 colonies, showing the growth of the United States from 1607 to 1853.
How many years was that, Mel?
264 years. Yeah.
Good boy. When was the first gun, Homer?
The arquebus, a long barrel musket-like weapon, was most likely the first personal firearm in mainland America. Columbus and other early explorers were probably the first Europeans to bring firearms to the New World.
Good. In the late 18th century, the Anglo-American settlers break up from Britain and come alongside the slaughtering of entire families without distinction of age or gender. This was the annihilation of what tribes, boys?
Oh! Cherokee.
Muscogee.
Delaware.
Seneca.
Mohawk.
Miami.
And Shawnee! Woo!
That's right. White settler militias expanded the boundaries of the 13 colonies. Now, boys, in 1658, your home state of Virginia ordered every single settler to own a firearm. The government even provided loans to those who couldn't afford a weapon. What did this mean?
Taking land is an individual and collective right.
A well-regulated militia.
Ooh, good. What else?
Sacred right to arm bears.
No, Homer.
No woman unarmed.
Oh, no, Mel, no man unarmed. Militias and armed households for the control of the land. Remember, what did I teach you to?
Every man is a soldier.
Every man is a soldier.
Ooh, say it again.
Every man is a soldier.
Every man is a soldier.
Again, every man
Is a soldier.
Is a soldier.
Hunter waves the boys off stage, still saluting. They begin to march off.
Act 2, Beasts and Gunslingers. Woo!
Well, we've touched on covering the land, but how about controlling it? Hunting is a classic pastime, one of my favorites, and it's a good way to keep things under control.
Crack! On the curtain, the outlines of circus animals connected by chains run past. Crack! A stampede of buffalo pass. Crack! A stampede of children pass. Hunter shakes his head and hits the curtain till the kids disappear.
Things got a little crazy back there, sorry. Anyway, I've realized that animals are smelly and ornery and really aren't that entertaining. We already killed all the buffalo, and no matter what anybody says, giraffe jerky is not nice. Do you know what is? Bloodshed.
The boys enter in cowboy clothing and holsters. Mel hands Hunter his cane. The three of them shuffle to the music.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Andy Oakley made sharpshooting overrated, but a good old Western standoff ain't. I got the best two gunslingers with us here today, Homer and Mel, ready to shoot each other, just for your entertainment. This act celebrates being an American in America, the land of low APR financing and underseasoned meat. What else, fellas?
Oh, super guns!
Key lime pie and Twinkies.
CVS!
Diet soda.
Looker!
Bass Pro Shops.
Walmart.
Goodyear tires.
That's right, boys. Now, let's get a shooting.
What the hell is this?
Well, I can't actually have bullets flying about. You gotta do that in private. I got plenty of other stuff, though.
What do I have to do to get
the baskets on the ground? One next to Homer and the other next to Mel, from which they pulled out sticks shaped like guns, then hair dryers, then cell phones, then a toilet plunger, and Bibles. They aimed them at each other, then tossed them aside.
What do I have to do to get a gosh darn gun around here?
Dangerous, Homer. The audience will love you anyways.
Well, those were all the things the police have shot people for holding.
Shut up, Mel.
Ooh.
It ain't a real gun show without guns, Hunter.
It ain't a real gun show without you two entertaining the audience.
It ain't about entertainment. It's about power.
Right. Just because you took us in doesn't mean anything. You just want to entertain. We want to live the dream you promised us.
We're going to go find guns, old man.
And we're going to have fun with them.
I lead this show because people should know about the great glory of our nation. They should see history. They should see its greatness. They should see people for who they are.
He pulls out a red clown nose, lipstick, and white powder, and begins to apply clown makeup as he speaks. He transforms into Uncle Sam. Projections appear on the blood map, showing the places he discusses.
I'm a free thinker myself. I think about guns and what they do. I thought that, maybe gun violence didn't necessarily start with gunpowder. Guns are their own beast, but just like race is born from racism, maybe guns are born from something besides metal. Maybe gun violence was set up to be a problem back when gunpowder seized Europe, and a papal decree in 1455 permitted the Portuguese monarchy to seize West Africa and enslave its population. And maybe policing was set up to be a problem when slave codes from the 1660s in the British colony of Barbados extended the task of controlling enslaved Africans from overseers and slavers to all white settlers. This meant a collective racial policing was added to traditional English policing. This meant a tradition of settler terrorism supported by guns. Maybe the combination of guns and policing and industry were set up to be a problem with the capitalist firearm industry, which was one of the most successful modern corporations. Gun proliferation and violence are among its legacies, but nobody's perfect, I'm not here to tell you my thoughts. I want you to be entertained. I want you to learn about guns. And the show must always go on. Now, I'm sure you're all getting the best bang for your buck. The show must always go on.
Act 3, Freak Show and Civil War.
You know, this used to be my favorite part of the whole thing. Fresh from Antietam, Bull Run, Gettysburg, Shiloh, Vicksburg. The Freak Show.
He turns to the curtain. There are outlines of limping and disfigured men walking behind the cloth. Missing limbs, holding limbs, heads crooked. Hunter looks at the figures hungrily with wide eyes. They pass, and the music and night sounds fade.
Then it became illegal to show those guys. So we let you see them from behind a curtain, but it's not really the same. They're crumbling and too old to see, but they're still bodies like theirs. And you want to see the gut, the blood, the gore. Just a peek. That's the thing about bad things. You can't help but watch, and sometimes that means what it is to be an American in America.
The blood map turns on, pulsing with every American mass shooting since 1999.
And sometimes it's not about the gore you see, but just the constant possibility. That's what was entertaining about Annie Oakley sharpshooting. She could shoot dimes from a man's hands, cigarettes from his lips, or a flame on a moving candle. She could shoot the middle of an ace of spades right over her shoulder, looking in a mirror. Anything could happen, especially in Act 4, trapeze sharpshooting. Now, this one is the greatest. It's my new favorite. Some folks will say America is committed to a social order predicated on human disposability, but I call it the greatest show in the greatest history of the greatest country on earth.
The boys enter, dressed in silk, and begin to perform incredible feats. Hunter and the audience should both be in awe. Hunter faces the audience, opening his arms. When the drum break begins, the boys mime shoots machine guns at Hunter, who shakes his body like it's being riddled with bullets. Then, the boys run forward with a gag. They come behind Hunter. Mel takes his whip and Homer gags him. They tie him down in the throne, and an apple is placed on his head. Mel cracks the whip until Basin Street Blues turns off.
I hate jazz. Me too, Mel. Well, I guess this is the real final act. You've taught us it takes fame to be a man. It takes infamy, it takes lives. And you want to entertain him, don't you, Hunter? We're American like white crosses, red blood, and blue lives. You put the buckshot in our beef, the ball in our brain. Who was it that hushed the riot, shot Lincoln, the king, and Hunter too?
Mel cracks the whip. Mel pulls a mirror out of the sack and sets it in front of Hunter. Mel and Homer pull white robes out of the clothes and put them on. Homer pulls out a gun-shaped package from his robe and hands it to Mel, and then puts his hand on Mel's shoulder. A red laser target lights up on Hunter's forehead, and the curtain finally lifts. It reveals a field of objects, a baby crib, a dummy at a high school desk, a rainbow flag, a cross, a Torah, a teddy bear in the chair, all with their own laser targets aimed at them. The light gets brighter and brighter, focusing on the curtain, now an enormous American flag hanging above everything at the center of the stage. The light gets brighter and brighter until the room is flooded with white light. End play.
Ghost Gun by Olivia Ridley. Propelled by the urgency of his own decay and desperate to be heard, he delivers his villain's monologue, a parting speech typically delivered to a hero before their death, to his audience held at gunpoint. The recording of this play comes to us from the Goodman Theater in Chicago. Please be advised that this show contains very mature discussions of racism, suicide, mental health struggles, realistic depictions of violence, flashing lights, and strong language, and is recommended for more mature audiences. Runtime will be approximately 12 minutes.
See me? You see me? My flesh is rotting. My flesh. I got a gun now. Of course y'all see me. You all couldn't help but see me now. Y'all see it. So you sit, waiting for the villain's monologue before he shoots you, before he shoots the heroes. And you want there unlocked. But who's hero and who's villain? Really? You want a reason? No, you want a story. Yeah, you want a real sob story, but just a good one. One worth your last few minutes of learning. You ask for the tragic backstory. You hear me start. Poverty, gangs, What's new, black boy? We want something new. Something fresh, something exciting. So what about black boy gets a gun? Black boy gets power. Black boy gets seen. Black boy can command a room like I'm a rich billionaire CEO or something in a room with his insects for employees, telling them who's getting fired and who's not. You can find that same kind of power in a gun. Same damn thing. And it's a hell of a lot easier for a black boy to get a gun than for him to become any kind of CEO. You ask me why. Why the gun? Why now? And you'll know with time. But I can tell you what it's not. Did y'all know black boys can't get mental illness? Apparently that mentally ill don't apply to brown skin. Anxiety, depression, bipolar, addiction, they don't count when they occupy black bodies, especially not addiction. No, that's not an illness. It's just constant replenishment of good that also happen to be a little bad, right? Because when you alive, when you really alive, the ugly is inescapable. It runs in rivers, in blood-soaked streets. It hangs low in the smoggy, cancer-filled air. It floats in the harsh stench of urban decay, because that's what the hood is like sometimes. And that's all y'all see about it, too. Something dirty, something rotten. And y'all still there to smile. The thing is, you don't see it. Because if you saw it, if you really saw it, you couldn't smile. Those addicts, they see it. They're alive. Shocked back awake every single time that needle hits their vein. So that's where they got their good. They couldn't handle the bad. They're weak like that. But me, I wouldn't miss your slow, steady, silent destruction. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm stronger than that. I'm better than that. So I sat silently watching you bring yourselves and everyone around you to room. But no one saw me, though. Really saw me. I mean, see, I gotta be a new kind of invisible, because y'all still saw me. Oh, you definitely saw me. The more I hid my face, the more scared you were. So you hid, so you saw me to keep yourself safe. And that's the only reason you wanted to see me. To be cautious. My kind of invisible is a little different. Like you can't help but notice me in a room. But it's I could get shot in the street tomorrow. Nobody would look twice. Kind of invisible. You see it, sure. The crack of the bullet, the sharp bend in my knees, the dark, wet pavement, the stillness. You'd see it, sure. There's no shock there. The fallen black bodies, that's just a side effect of living in the ghetto, right? It's their fault for living there, for getting all wrapped up in it. There's no outrage, just a vague, unpleasant taste in your mouth. You change the channel. That's where the invisibility comes in. It would mean nothing to you is to comment. You're like, shut back. Just to be expected of such a violent, aggressive race, right? They're the reason the ghetto's like that in the first place. Why it makes you feel uncomfortable and unsafe. It's not poverty that gives rise to crime. No, it's them. Why pretend it amounts to more than what it actually is? Something ugly. Something born from their own inherently ugly race. Decomposition is a natural process. We're trying to stop it. I am disgusting. I know it too. That repulsion, it seeps and it consumes your body. I've started to vomit. I never want to come near rotting flesh. That's my kind of animism. I don't mean nothing to no one. You all could go to hell. It's me. I am the only one who did anything, and no one seems to. I'll stand here in a monologue about the death, about the destruction, about how you all are doomed, how you are sprinting toward your demise, and you won't hear a thing. I am the only one. I'm the only one who listens. I'm the only one who sees. I'm the only one who knows. I am all seeing. I am your God. You know, I could have shot you all already. That was so my gun. That's how I introduced myself before, remember? I'm sure that's why I could look at. Stillness in my flesh, as always, my face, my body, distracted by something flashy or something strange. Something powerful, like a gun. But I don't mind. In fact, but in all your staring and all your awe, jump close enough. Notice anything, turn a little design, a little detail. Orange tape is fake. And so with power, it dissipates in the thin air like it never was. I'm back to being nothing. But at least I got y'all's attention, right? Are you listening? Because I need you to hear me say, killing you all would do no good. I don't need a gun, and y'all don't need bullets in your head. Because get this, y'all been dead. I seem to be the only one who sees this. We are crumbling. We are doomed. Because y'all spill blood in invisible ink. Not to hide it from anybody else but yourselves. God forbid you see a little red, worry your little heads about the ugly. And in not seeing it, you perpetuate the ugly. You become the ugly. Wake up, kill a little bit. All done with empty eyes and an absent smile. Wipe your bloodied hands at the end of the day, go to bed, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat. Because you don't have to see the ugly. You have the privilege of choice, but the ugly is my entire life, man. It's all I am, it's all I see. The ugly. I can't change channels like y'all can. I watch Black bodies fall whether I want to or not. And if or whenever I'm shot by somebody, when my black body falls, when my knees bend sharp, when I'm suddenly still, I will bleed. And it will be red. And it will be sure. And it will be inescapable. I will either crooked, body mangled. And the sight of me will be something unbearable. Bleeding black bodies are ugly. That is not the blood that makes me wait. It is the black. I am the ugly. Y'all seem to need to shield yourselves from. Steeped in it like a tea bag. And that's the only way you live. You all killed yourselves, so you wouldn't have to look at it. But me, I stare ugly right back in its eyes. God doesn't step down from ugly. God can't. God is ugly. So I'll cock my ghost gun. Because that's all I need. Y'all are dead with or without a metal bullet in your head. You know I got the real thing back home. Because this glittering black metal power, this primal obsession to kill so swiftly is intoxicating, man. So I say, give me something to suit. Let me utilize this power. And I think to myself, if everybody's dead already, if everybody's gone, who's left then? It's not fair, you know. That I can smell your rotting insides. Flies gather in the stomach, seduced by the white and green spores that have blossomed like flowers in the ribcage. But somehow they miss the flesh and it remains pristine, untainted, approachable. Y'all get to be happy, you know, but y'all are blind. Gouged your own eyeballs out, talking and laughing about nothing. Completely and utterly dead. How can it be fair that even though all y'all are the dead ones, that mine is the only corpse rotting?
Guns in Dragonland, our final show for the evening, by Eislinn Gracen. During a recess like any other, Lila Gordon and her best friend, imaginary dragon Toucan, set off on a special adventure to help Lila earn dragon wings of her own. But things go awry when a mysterious noise from her nearby school compels the duo to embark on the biggest quest they have ever encountered. Please be advised this show contains sudden, loud noises. Runtime will be approximately 10 minutes. Guns in Dragonland by Eislinn Gracen. A school bell rings. Sounds of children shouting and laughing is heard. It's recess time. Lila, a young girl, bolts on stage. grabs a stick from off the ground, and runs to a piece of playground equipment. She stands on top of it triumphantly.
I am Lila Gordon, Princess of Dragonland, and you shall listen to me, dragon.
A dragon, Toucan, appears dramatically, growling and snarling fiercely as they approach. Lila wears a smug look of bravery on her face. Toucan pounces, enveloping Lila in a giant bear hug from behind.
Oh, Toucan.
Did I get you this time?
No, of course not. You don't scare me, beast. You haven't scared me since we started playing together on the first day of school. I feel like it's my job as Princess of the Dragons to not be afraid of any dragons.
Grr! You know, I suppose you're right. One of these days, though, I'll catch you off guard. Hey. What are we doing today, Lila?
We can climb the castle spire of the jungle gym.
Nah, we did that on Wednesday.
Well, we can play fireball.
No way! I threw out this wing the last time we played. Or was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. This 509-year-old physique isn't what it used to be.
Oh, yeah. You got it caught in the soccer net. I remember going to the nurse to get some ice, but she wouldn't give me any because it was a waste.
That's right. No good non-believing crone. Say, what are they doing over there with that ball? Looks pretty dangerous and violent. Let's go play.
No, I don't want to play with them.
Oh, man, it looks so much fun. Why not?
They've been mean. I don't really want to talk about it.
You know that you can tell me anything, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'd much rather play with you.
Lila eyes the empty swing set.
Oh, can we have flying lessons?
Well, maybe for a little bit. I don't want to waste our daily 30 minutes on something too dangerous.
Yes!
Lila runs over and stands on top of a swing. Toucan stands behind her and begins to push. Lila awkwardly gains height. When she's at an average distance, she jumps off, falling gracefully to the ground.
Oh,
ow! Ow! Ow!
Gorgon brains! I knew that this was a bad idea. I said it. We really should have learned the last 5 times it ended this way. But where does it hurt?
My leg. My knee.
Gotcha. Just let me do my thing. Magic.
Thanks, Toucan. I just don't understand why flying never works for me.
Lila, my darling, we've been over this. Humans can fly as well as a phoenix can swim. So.
Well, I want to be the best flying human. How did you get your wings?
It's a pretty long tail.
Don't feel bad. I love your tail. It feels like a blanket made out of jeans and old people's skin.
No, I'm gonna put that down. I mean tail, like story. It's a pretty long and boring story.
Please, pretty please with a fish on top.
Well, all right. The fish on top convinced me. If you must know, it was my 300th or so birthday, and I was trapped deep down in this cave of goblins and...
300? That's like 300 more years until I get my wings.
Somebody's been paying attention in math class. Personally, I don't believe that age had anything to do with it. You see, in that cave, I helped those goblins by finding a magic amulet of a piece or something. I don't know. Long story. But anyways, I got my wings that day because I performed a valiant action.
Well, that's how I'll learn to fly. I'll perform a gelatin action.
Valiant, hun.
Come on. Let's go perform a valiant action before recess is over. I already see kids lining up.
All right, you're the boss, princess.
Lila looks at the ground in search for an adventure. She stumbles across an anthill.
Toucan, right here. There's 1,001 army of insectoids who want to steal the kingdom's food. We have to stop them.
Whoa, hold your centaurs. Those hungry insectoid soldiers aren't doing anything wrong. They're completely defenseless. How would you feel if someone 100 times bigger than you
I
stepped
wouldn't
on
like
you?
it very
Yeah,
much.
you wouldn't like it very much now, would you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Toucan, this is useless. There's nothing battalion to do here, and the kids are already lining up to go back inside.
Valiant. And these things, they take time. I'll see you tomorrow, Girly Q. Pay attention in math.
No, Toucan, I just got an idea. What if I hid here? We could have so much more time to think of variable things to do.
Oh, what a fun idea. Okay, let's do it. Come on.
Lila hides underneath Toucan's wing. She pokes her head back out.
Awesome. We did it. Now what?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
What was that?
No idea. I don't see any dark clouds. It can't be an angry thunder dragon.
Maybe it's a hurt unicorn.
That didn't sound like any unicorn I've ever heard before.
Are you okay, Toucan? I've never seen you so nervous before.
What? Oh, yeah. I guess I'm just a little uneasy. That's all.
Oh, I love you, Toucan. There's nothing to be afraid of.
I love you too, Lila. Your hugs make me feel like I can do anything.
Good. Because I have a feeling that our next quest has something to do with that noise.
Oh. All right. I guess we're going into the school after all. Huh.
Yeah, let's go save that creature. Or defeat it. Whichever comes first.
Whichever comes first. Oh. Hang on. Your sword, my princess.
Ah, yes. My swordy sword. The most powerful weapon in all of Dragonland.
Ooh, nice.
Now that I have my weapon, let's be off.
How are we traveling today, co-pilot Lila?
I think we should teleport today, co-pilot Toucan. Over.
Sounds like a plan. Prepare for takeoff. Over. Woo! Crash landing! Mayday! Anything but that awful sound again.
Only it was different that time. I think I heard some people scream. Oh, Toucan, we've got to save them. Maybe they lost their magic amulet like in your story.
It could be many things. Many things a young princess is not prepared for. My worry is that this is the mark of a death dragon. They've become more and more common in recent years.
A death dragon? Awesome.
No, not awesome. Terrifying. Death dragons hurt innocents purely because they can. I don't want you getting involved with a beast like that. We should go somewhere else.
Toucan, if I'm ever going to be the perfect princess of Dragonland, I need to perform my valiant action and save Dragonland. This is the perfect opportunity. I feel like you don't even want me to.
Of course I want you to, Lila. I just have a nasty feeling.
I'm going in. They need me.
Lila, I'm very sorry that running is not the game you want to play right now, but sometimes we have to play games that we hate.
What if it's not a death dragon? Why would a death dragon ever kill another dragon?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, if it is a death dragon like you say it is, we can use our power of friendship to make it good, you know?
You might be onto something there.
We can show it our magic friendship power. We can save Dragonland and the school.
Okay, you're right. Come on. Let's teleport in there, quickly.
Silence. The lights inside the school are completely shut off. Lila stumbles into a locker. It's dead silent as she continues to explore her space.
Hello? Where did everyone go? Toucan, I'm scared.
Oh, honey, there's nothing to be afraid of here.
Toucan? Toucan, where are you?
Lila? I don't believe we're playing hide and seek, are we? I'm right here.
I want mommy. I want daddy. Where are they? This isn't normal.
Lila, I'm right here. Listen to me, Lila.
The lights on Lila dull. She's been sucked back into reality. Toucan tries to console her, only to find they can no longer touch. Lila nervously rises to her feet. Toucan continues to attempt connection. Footsteps. Lila reacts to an unseen death dragon.
I am Lila Gordon, princess of the...
The sound of a cocked gun is heard. A light starts to grow on Lila, ending in a spectacular burst of flickering light. With the return of light emerges Lila's new wings. Lila, now reawakened, has completed her valiant action. Toucan and Lila can now see each other again. They embrace.
I am Lila Gordon, and I was princess of the dragons.
End of play.
Since we began,
11 Americans have been shot and wounded.
5 more were killed with guns.
And it's likely that one of those deaths was someone under the age of 19.
Each of these plays were about 10 minutes. 10 minutes isn't all that long.
And to address something as huge as gun violence, 10 minutes might not feel like enough time at all.
But on October 1st, 2017, 10 minutes was long enough for a gunman to kill 60 people and wound 411 others in Las Vegas.
And on December 14th, 2012, 8 years ago today, half that amount of time, only 5 minutes was long enough for a gunman to kill 20 children and 6 adults at Sandy Hook Elementary School.
If we live in a country where so many lives can be stolen in 10 minutes or less, then we must believe that 10 minutes of a moving story can also be enough.
Enough to change hearts.
and enough to change minds.
Because if numbers and statistics were enough,
we wouldn't all have to be here today.
Enough.
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 Actors, please come on back so we can give you a big round of applause. If we can get a big, we know you're out there giving a big round of applause for all of our actors. We would like to acknowledge each of them.
Yeah, so the amazing actors in our cast included Grace, Noemi, Laddie, Jose, Sky, Ava, Shaylin, who also worked as the assistant director for Miss Martin's MALAISE, and the Rachel Radloff, who was the director of the final piece of tonight's collection, Guns in Dragonland.
And I'd like to give a big acknowledgement to Jay, who advocated for this program to be brought to the road, and without whom we wouldn't have had this project. Now we are going to turn it over to our young people for our talk back.
Hi, everybody. I am Grace Kerrigan. I was just in the last one. We have a special tradition at the Rose that we are not giving up, even though we are on Zoom. After every wonderful production we have, we have a Q&A session, a time for conversation, time to let our feelings free. So that's what we're going to do now. But first, Mamma Mia! That show was an emotional roller coaster. So let's all take a deep breath. Very nice. So we have some questions for the audience also. There's a little bit of a delay on our Zoom call and what you are seeing on our wonderful YouTube page, but we're gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be all good. So the first question I have to ask our wonderful audience today: that why did you join us? Why did you come watch our show? And then if you want to share, you can put that in the chat. And then while you guys do that, I'm going to ask our wonderful cast, what was your favorite part of the performance? Wonderful cast of #Enough. If you guys just want to raise your hand or just yell out at me, that works too. I will aggressively pick someone. Hey, Ava, what was your favorite part of our performance?
Oh, thank you. Okay, my favorite part, because this is like the very first time I've ever seen it, was Hunter's monologue in Hullabaloo. That was beautifully hilarious, but it, led towards the darker themes, but it was still very, very interesting to watch. And Jay, you did a wonderful job.
Woot, Hullabaloo is a classic. I'm gonna keep going on our wonderful cast. So if you guys would like to, Rachel, what was your favorite part about tonight's performance?
My favorite part of tonight's performance would probably have to be, this is hard.
I know, but I called on you, Rachel, because I know you can answer this question.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to say Guns and Dragonland because I directed that one, of course, and my favorite part is probably the fact that those actors worked very hard, and everyone worked very hard, but there's something special about that play.
Yeah, and we have some wonderful answers coming in from the YouTube chat, which I'm going to read now, to support our family members. That's wonderful, because tonight is the 8th year anniversary of Sandy Hook. Yes, there's a reason that nationwide the Enough Project is doing this on the day that we are doing it, because it is the 8th year anniversary of Sandy Hook, and we need to spread awareness about that. And like so many other people are saying in this chat, we have the collective power to change this country. Not crunchy. That's something weird to say. Because people are proud parents. Yes, us artists worked so hard putting on the show in the last 3 weeks, month. So it's wonderful that you guys came out and watched us. We have some friends, some family. We have some people that have this situation and this issue really close in their hearts, and I'm so happy that you could come out and watch this. I'm hoping that this empowered you, this gave you peace, this gave you whatever emotion you were searching for. I'm just so happy you guys could be with us tonight. Then I'm gonna shoot another question to the audience because I just love picking on you guys. Was there any moment in our show that really stood out to you? Either it gave you a strong emotion, made you think about something that you haven't thought about before, really just grabbed your attention. So if you would like to put that in the chat, we'd love to hear it, because we know that there's so many powerful pieces in these collections of shows. So we'd love to hear what you guys thought about some of those. Okay, we're going back to the cast. So things are falling off, but that's okay. What was this show like? How was this show process on Zoom? Like, what difficult, challenging? What were some successes? I know that was a lot of questions that I kind of threw at you, but so we'll start with this. What was something that we thought went really well on Zoom? Okay, guess I get to do my authority figure. This is a power rush for me. Sky, what's one thing that you thought went really well on Zoom?
I think overall it just went better than I thought it would. Especially like the characters, I thought it would just kind of be bleh, but it worked pretty well.
There we go. There we go. The thing about life is if you set low expectations, you will always be pleasantly surprised. Not that we all had low expectations for tonight. I knew it was going to be a banger of a show. Jose, what was one challenge about Zoom?
One challenge. Well, there's sometimes when it cuts off and on, and like you have to like be on there, because if you don't be on there, you miss your line, which sadly happened to me. It like cut out, and like gladly my other people helped me around and focused and jumped in right away to the next line. So yeah.
No, I think we really got to see a really strong example of teamwork and camaraderie in this cast, and I love that. I'm going to read some of our answers from what was a moment that really affected our wonderful audience. The ending of Guns and Dragonland. Yeah, that one hits really hard. How we experience true art about our history, how we need to collect an understanding of the systemic oppression in our country. Yes, definitely. As we have some teachers in our audience. Miss Martin's MALAISE. It is a scary topic, but I'm so happy that we can all discuss this. The last moment of Guns and Dragonland in Ghost Gun. Yeah, that Ghost Gun was such a powerful piece, and it really, at least I know for me, it's going to stay in my head for a very, very, very long time. Sorry, I gotta check the chat. Okay, I'm going to ask one more. Oh yes, I know a question I'm going to do. Back at our cast, what do you want our audience to take away from the show? So, and this is probably going to be our last question. So let's not mess this one up. All right, big finale. What do we want people to take from our wonderful project that we all worked on together? Who have I not picked on yet? This is fun. Shaylin!
Okay, so I feel like people should just take into consideration other people's values in life and just know that you matter on this earth. You matter to anybody. Even if you have your bad days and everything else, you just know that you matter. I feel like you should just take into consideration your life, anybody's life, because it matters. It matters so much. Like, people have families and siblings and everything like that.
I love that. Thank you so much, Shaylin. Do we have another person that wants to say what they want people to take away from the show? If not, that's all good too. I'll answer this question. I want people to take away from this show is that our society has normalized guns and the horror and the violence that they can do, and it has become so regular, and we've become so desensitized to it. And I think it's time that we all wake up and it's like, whoa, this should not be our normal. This shouldn't be something we accept. So I think that's really something that I wish for people to take away from the show too. Oh, we have so many. Okay. Oh, people are saying that we did a wonderful job in the chat. Thank you. Oh, okay. I think that's all for me. If you have any young people that are playwriters and are strong social justice advocates, they can submit for next year. Hopefully I'm not speaking blasphemy. Yes. Cool. And yeah, I think we are putting a list of organizations and groups in our YouTube chat if you want to continue to make strides and take your first step in really changing the way that we think and the way that our country views gun violence. So that's all I've got. That's my shtick. I'm going to pass it over to the adults.
For those of you at home, please know that we put a few links into the YouTube chat. One of them is an open letter to the upcoming Biden-Harris administration that echoes some of the requests that come from March for Our Lives, specifically asking for there to be a new director of gun safety and a new director of youth engagement in the upcoming administration. We've also put a document that is a list of things that you can do as your next steps. The purpose of these plays was to incite action in our community and to change the world. And you can do that just like these wonderful young people can as well. Jackie, do you have anything to add?
Thank you for being here. One last round of applause to our very powerful young people here. I am so proud of the work you all did, and thank you for being here. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good